This patient lost his tooth, and we sent him to the oral surgeon, and the implant was put in immediately. We were able to use his extracted tooth and take the facing of the extracted tooth and use that as a temporary. In the back of the tooth, we were able to put composite bonded to that tooth and bonded to the temporary abutment. The benefit of that is that the tissue, particularly in the front area, the buccal surfaces, facial surfaces, will heal to the same contour of the original tooth, because that's what we're using. This will make it much easier when we take an impression of the implant area so that we can reproduce exactly the gum in terms of contour. Now, we won't be able to use the person's permanent tooth because there's quite a number of original fillings on the tooth, and there's a number of stress fractures on the tooth. And with that, the tooth is only going to be able to last a little bit of time. We are presently removing a little bit of tooth in the back, so when the patient actually grinds his teeth or moves his lower jaw in any direction, he won't be able to touch that particular tooth. The only real pressure that could happen to the tooth is when he is chewing, and he understands that he needs to chew in the back of his mouth and truly not try and touch that, because the implant is integrating to the bone during this next 4 months. At the end of 4 months, the temporary will be taken out. We'll put in an impression coping, take an impression of that area, and that will include how the tooth normally, the gum tissue looks, and it'll be the same contour as his original tooth. Sometimes when a temporary implant is used, or a temporary rather than a person's tooth, it's not easy to reproduce that angle or the gingival contours or the gum contours. This was an immediate implant. The patient lost his tooth, went to the oral surgeon, had the tooth removed, took the front part of that tooth, bonded it, and allowed it to be used, which gives him the same color that he had when he walked in that morning. He had